My name is Professor Brian Foster. I'm Professor of Experimental Physics here in Oxford. And we're here in the Master's Lodgings of Balliol College with Kotaro Fukuma, concert pianist. Kotaro, tell us how you became interested in playing the piano and classical music in general.
It's quite a long story, but I try to make it short. So in my family there's no professional musician, but my parents like classical music, especially my mom loves classical piano music, so she had a collection of CDs and LP at the time. And I've got two elder sisters who used to take piano lessons, so I was surrounded by the piano sound at home, and obviously I was so attracted to play myself. And my dad bought a grand piano for my sister, and eventually I was the one who took over, the most, and it's been really the center of my passion in my life, and it was so natural for me to get into the music.
So who were your most influential teachers?
Well, all my teachers were great and was so inspiring to me. I cannot name all of them, but it's each state I think I got to learn something really important and essential from each one of them.
From my first teacher, Mrs. Kyoko Sato, she was a really kind person and she didn't say anything negative. Eventually she taught me how to play, but the most important thing that I learned from her is to love the music and give emotion with the music. Mrs. Kazumi Igeta taught me how to phrase, how to sing with a piano instrument, which is very difficult to do. She often asked me what kind of vision I had from the piece. She encouraged me to have my own vision and translate it into the sound. Mr. Bruno Rigutto, he is a wonderful pianist, and he helped me a lot in terms of developing my techniques, my tone colors, and poetic expression. Thanks to him, I could spread out my repertoire and have a confidence to perform full recitals in public as well. Mr. Klaus Hedevig, I learned the philosophy of the composers and how to analyze the music, how to read the message of the composer behind what is written in the score.
And in your career at the moment, you're spending a lot of time both in Europe and in Japan. Roughly, how do you divide your time?
I've been based in Berlin for 10 years. Initially, I was to study music at University of Arts Berlin, but I decided to stay there because I love Berlin as a city. But it's true that I travel a lot, not only in Europe and Japan, but this year I've been to America, North America, South America, Chile and Argentina, Polynesia, and France and Germany, and England and Japan. So I've been privileged to be able to travel around.
So we met first about 10 years or so ago through a connection with Albert Einstein, who of course was a very famous scientist, but also quite a good violinist. Perhaps you could tell us how we met.
So we have a common friend of a British marvelous violinist whose name is Jack Liebeck, and so Brian, Professor Foster, organized a tour for us in the occasion of anniversary of this theory of Einstein, right? 2005, and we got to play in South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan. That was just 10 years ago.
So last night you played at Balliol College in our regular series, the Stephen Temple Memorial Concert, a very beautiful concert, which was very well received by the public. Tell us briefly, you've only been in Oxford once, this is it. What's your impressions of the city?
First time, and it's within less than 40 hours, but I can tell you how much I loved here, and everything seems so beautiful. And I was so amazed to see so many historical buildings, and all the college is so beautiful, and I could feel, deep spirit, all the great masters and fellows have lived and taken over the tradition. And well, I don't belong to this college, but I was feeling as if I were kind of a student here for a couple of days, and the atmosphere is also really peaceful and inspiring. So, and I loved really this venue, concert venue last night, and very good acoustics and very good piano. And I learned that 1 week ago, Anders Schiff played on it, and the piano was taken care by his piano technician. So I was really privileged to play on that piano at this moment. Well, so thank you very much for having me as your guest and for a couple of days and taking care of me so much, so well.
Pleasure. Kotaro, thank you very much for being our guest here on Voices for Oxford at Oxford University.
It's my great pleasure. Thank you.